Hey everyone, this is April and I'm back with my magical moments. And my magical moment for today is to take time for yourself, some one-on-one self-care me time. All of us need this. So at the time of this video, it's about 9 p.m. and we're just getting back from basketball practice. Basketball practice, I guess for some reason, is later this year. Practice was probably 7 p.m. to 8. And I know as the kids get older, I guess practices get later. So practice is a little later. I know last year, I think it was early. It was like a 5:30, 6 o'clock practice time. But now that we're in the 7-8 group, it's a later practice. So first of all, we went to the wrong place. We went to the activity center. The coach sent some group message out. So there's a group message chat that goes out, and then there's all these things that you need to download, like a group chat app and a team chat that you have to download to stay up to date. So I have a team chat app that I'm keeping up with, and then a parent group chat that I'm keeping up with. So the coach sends a message out like, please remember practice, or no. He says, is anyone available for a practice on Saturdays? So I'm like, first of all, when I get the message, I'm thinking, I don't want to go to a practice on Saturdays if there's 5 days during the week that we can practice. Why can't we practice on a weeknight? But I'm not a volunteer coach, so I can't, voice my opinion. But that's what I'm thinking when he says this. And then another mom chimes in and says, she says, who's this? Is this basketball or soccer? Because no one has anyone's number saved. So she's like, is this basketball or soccer? I think I've been laughing about that all day. So he later, I guess the coach is a volunteer too, so he's just thinking, everyone on the team is just doing basketball. But again, schedule some me time, because all of us parents are running around doing different practices, from soccer to football to basketball to karate, all these different things that we have our kids involved in. And it's a lot, it's a job just keeping up with the schedules and the time of the schedules, where the games are, where the practices are, and who is sending the text message, because no one even knows who's sending it if the coach doesn't send out his name and number. So I guess he had all of our names and all of our numbers saved. So he said, is anyone available for a Saturday practice? The mom says, is this soccer or basketball? But I did end up saying that, weekdays are better for us, but we will try and make the practice. So he says, try and make the practice. Saturday practice will be at the activity center. So I'm like, okay, the activity center. So that the activity center is in my mind for practice. And so we go to practice tonight, and I'm thinking the activity center, but the activity center is for Saturday. Tonight, the practice was at the high school. So it's too much going on. And so, the schedule is on the team chat, but my mind is at the group chat. There's too many chats going on for me. So, I just need to schedule some time for myself, some self-care, because again, it's work just keeping up with the schedules. And then we get home so late, this is a weeknight and it's already 9 p.m. Thankfully, I thought for us to just eat before we went out. I think it's too much to get home late and, have to jump in a shower, take a bath, and still get dinner going and rolling. So we ate before we went. Of course, my son is like, I'm so full. I'm like, you shouldn't have ate that much. We have to go to practice. So this is basketball practice. And then not only do parents have to schedule self-time, you need to schedule some self-care for your kids too, because it's a lot for kids to do all this stuff. And I kind of have to drag my son to all these different practices because he's not always into it. So we do a couple sports, but we don't do everything. I know there's some parents out there that are doing it all, and I see it when we go to the summer camps and when we go to these practices. I think we went to a basketball summer camp, and this is a 7-year-old group, and there's like Michael Jordans out there. They're like bouncing the ball and doing plays while they're bouncing the ball head up. I'm like, where do they do that at? They're 7 years old. It's like, were we supposed to start at 3? Like, where is the makeup class? How do we get all the skills that we need to get at 7 years old? Like, we're bouncing and learning how to keep our head up while we're bouncing, and these kids are like dribbling in between their legs, bouncing the ball down court, doing plays, doing layups, and doing it all. And it's like, where do they have that at? Like, what AAU group is there that has 7-year-olds doing all this? And I think it's just the parents that have their kids probably involved in the basketball all the time and just bouncing the ball at home and practicing, where I'm like, we need to practice a little bit more because these kids are doing it all. But I think that it's important for us as parents to schedule the self-care for our kids. Like, give them a break after football practice, basketball practice, karate, boxing, track. Like, kids are doing a lot nowadays, and that doesn't include like after school activities and music and whatnot. Sometimes I think we as parents might not allow them to be kids because we're dragging them to so many things, and some kids are into it. I've seen a lot of kids that are into the sports. I've seen a lot, that are so, and the parents tell me, they weren't really into it. They had to drag them there. But I guess the key is exposure and just getting them out there so that they are exposed to all these different sports and they can make the decision later on when they're older. Probably like, middle school, high school, of what they're really interested in. And I think with that exposure and time, they'll figure that out, what sports they like, what sports they don't like. But I really think it's important for us to schedule the self-care in between in between keeping up with the schedule of all the practices and games, and allow our children to have that break in between school and practice. If you can have the break, when they come home, or just have, one day off where they're allowed to just relax and not do anything. I think a lot of the kids are just being trained to be the next pro athlete, and which is great. I'm all for that too. But I also think we need to allow kids to be kids and schedule some downtime for them where they can do some of the activities that they want to do, and at home, and get involved in some of the things that they want to do in their downtime, where they're not racing around to different practices and different matches and meets and games. So that is my magical moment of the day. Schedule some downtime for yourself, schedule some downtime for your kiddos, and relax, unwind in between all the racing around to everything. I hope that this resonates with you, and bye for now.